Hey everybody, welcome back to another horror fan video, and this might be a little bit random, as you see in the cover. Yes, it's shot on my homepage because I couldn't find any images to do, but as you can see on the cover, today we're going to be talking about basketball. I know this is very random, but it's what we're going to be doing today. Why? Well, the reason why is because I've been getting into basketball lately. Not only basketball, but the players and the game. I've been playing some basketball lately. Just bought a hoop. We've got a basketball. I've been messing with it, and so I'm a little bit sick right now. So if my voice sounds off, that's why. But today we were going to be talking about my top 7 favorite basketball players. Why 7 random number? I don't know. That's just how we're going to do it. Well, let's get into it with number 7. With number 7, we have Magic Johnson. This is my number 7 favorite for a lot of reasons. One is because he was a major hit in his prime. Like, nobody could stop him. Maybe a few people in the NBA could stop him. Maybe Michael, all that. But he was pretty good in his prime. He was a very lovable man. And overall, I think he was a pretty good player, just overall. And he seemed like a pretty nice guy. And, well, yeah, number 7 is Magic Johnson. All right, we're moving into number 6. None other than the king himself, LeBron James. Again, for an also reason, this is my number 6 pick. Because, 1, he's the king. 2, I have a fun fact about him. Did you know he played football in high school, and he got a request to join their team from the Cowboys, but he declined and he joined the NBA. We could have lost our LeBron James, even though he probably would have gotten very successful in the NFL. But he is one of the players in the GOAT debate. For me, the GOAT debate is between LeBron James and Michael Jordan, which we all know the answer to that's Michael Jordan, but that's just me. You can put your opinions in the comment section. So, LeBron James is a pretty good player. Still wish he didn't leave Cleveland. That's one of my favorite NBA teams. I don't live in Cleveland, but I just love them overall. But LeBron James is number 6. Moving on to number 5. For number 6, we have Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry, again, for a lot of reasons. I don't know if I'm going to say this for every single one, but he's my 6th favorite for a lot of reasons. 1, because he has insane three-point shooting. Like, right off the bat, he started shooting threes like it was just a breeze off the shoulder. And 2, because he's one of the shortest in the NBA, and he's really good. He's like 6'2". That's short compared to the average NBA player, which is 6'7". But I just really like Steph Curry for a lot of reasons. He's a 6'4" player, and he's nice to his fan base, and he's just really, really good at three-pointers and his long ranges. So that's why he's my number 6 pick. And for number 5, we had none other but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Abdul-Jabbar part is only his last name. It's not middle name concluded or anything. That's his full last name. I know. His last name's pretty long. You have an even longer last name on this list for the number 2nd pick, but I will talk about that later. Kareem is super tall. He's the 2nd place all-time scoring in the leaderboard. LeBron James just passed him. He was my number. Hold on. I've been counting this all wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I had to cut this because I had to go eat dinner. So he's actually my number 4 pick. Curry was number 5. So number 6, LeBron James passed him on his all-time scoring record. But he is still one of the favorite players in my heart. Maybe not talent, but in my heart. But he is fair, not fairly. He's pretty good at basketball. He can dunk. He can slither around. He's pretty tall. He has some decent 3-point range. He's just overall a pretty good player. For number 4, we have none other than the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq. He is one of the best dunkers probably the best dunker in the NBA ever. He is very friendly. I watch his podcasts on and off. He's just a nice guy. Have you all seen the picture of him holding a water bottle, just a average water bottle? That's it. That thing was not that small. And look at the basketball compared to him. He could palm a ball like it's nothing. This man is one of the biggest men in the NBA, even though there's a lot of people taller than him. He's a really big man. He's 300 pounds, probably over 300 pounds. And he's just a really nice guy. He's really good. Do you all know that he only made 1 3-pointer his entire career? I know, it's crazy. But, well, that's my number 4 pick, Shaquille O'Neal. For number 3, if it was the best skilled player in my opinion, he would be number 1. But this is my favorite player, so he's number 3, Michael Jordan. I know it's a very, very far from number 1. Well, not very far, but it's decently far. That a lot of people that made it this far thought that Michael Jordan would be my favorite, but my favorite is someone who's very special to me. But Michael Jordan, probably the best player who's ever touched a basketball in most people's opinion. That's also my opinion. But Michael Jordan is an insane dunker, as you can see in the picture, an insane 3-pointer, and he's made a decent amount of half courts. That's why he's top 3. So, as we get in the top 3, this will be a lot of people's number 1 favorites. LeBron James might be a surprise that he was that far from number 1, but he's still in my picks. My picks are probably, some of them are weird, some of them you don't agree, some you agree, but Michael Jordan's number 3. For number 2, we have none other than Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't know if that's how you should pronounce his name, but this man is literally the human alphabet. This man has the longest last name that I know. Maybe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes close, but it's definitely not as long as his name. Anyways, I couldn't spell his last name to save my life. I can spell his first name, Giannis. I think that's, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but he's my second favorite one because, in my opinion, he's the best player in the NBA right now. Yes, even better than LeBron James and Stephen Curry, but it's current NBA, not all time, but he definitely comes close to some of the best players. But before we get to the number 1 spots, I just want to name some honorable mentions. For our honorable... Sorry, my voice is cracking out. But for our honorable mention, we have none other than Larry Bird. Back in his day, he was the best range shooter in the league in his day, but he's went down over the years. But basically, he's our only honorable mention. Put down in the comments your favorite players, and let's get to the number 1 pick. For my number 1 pick, as you can see, it's Kobe Bryant. My favorite player of all time is Kobe Bryant. He is very special to me, but not only because of his insane point games. Like one time he scored 80 points in one game, and for his last ever game in his whole entire career, he scored 61 points. He scored his first 60 point when he was 8 years old. And he would in this junior basketball league when he was 8 years old, and he was he scored 63 points when he was 8 years old. Kobe Bryant, I'm sure, is a favorite for a lot of other people, and those were my top 8 favorite NBA players.